5. In 1963, a man in Turkey was renovating his home when he knocked through a wall and discovered a hidden passage. But this wasn't another room. The passage led underground, and the deeper archaeologists explored, the more they found. There were rooms, kitchens, wells, storage areas, ventilation shafts, and huge stone doors that could seal off entire sections. This was an entire underground city called Derinkuyu. It extends deep beneath the ground and was capable of sheltering thousands of people. The strange part is that this wasn't some recently abandoned bunker. People had been living down there for centuries, using the underground as a place to survive when danger reached the surface. And for a long time, an entire city was sitting underneath the people living above it, completely hidden from view. 4. In 1940, 4 teenagers in France discovered a hole that led underground, and when they climbed inside, they found something they never expected. The walls were covered with prehistoric paintings of horses, bulls, deer, and other animals created thousands of years ago. They kept exploring until they reached a deep shaft, and at the bottom they found an unusual scene showing a human figure facing a bison. The cave became known as Lascaux, and the artwork was so important that the original cave eventually had to be closed to visitors because people were damaging the environment inside. Today, the real paintings are still underground, in darkness, while visitors see carefully made replicas above ground. 3. In 2026, archaeologists near Cambridge uncovered something much darker. Beneath the ground was a pit containing the remains of 10 people from around the 9th century. Some of the bodies had been dismembered, and at least one person had been decapitated. One of the men was unusually tall for his time, and his skull showed evidence of trepanation, meaning someone had made a hole in his skull while he was alive. Researchers believe the pit may have been connected to an execution or violent conflict between Saxons and Vikings, although exactly what happened is still being investigated. The unsettling part is that this wasn't just a collection of ancient bones. It was evidence of something violent that happened to real people more than 1,000 years ago. 2. Sometimes what you find underground isn't ancient at all. It's something that was forgotten. During construction and excavation projects, unexploded World War II bombs have been discovered beneath modern cities, forcing entire areas to be evacuated while bomb disposal teams remove them. These weapons can sit underground for decades without anyone knowing they're there, hidden beneath roads, buildings, and homes. The frightening part is that the ground can look completely normal on the surface, while just a few feet below it could be something powerful enough to destroy everything around it. 1. In 1974, workers in China digging a well near Xi'an uncovered pieces of something that looked like a statue. Then they found another one, and another. What they had discovered was the terracotta army, thousands of life-sized clay soldiers buried underground more than 2,000 years ago. The figures were created to accompany China's first emperor into the afterlife, and the underground complex also contains horses, weapons, and other figures. What's especially strange is how detailed the soldiers are. They have different faces, hairstyles, clothing, and positions, making the army look less like a collection of statues and more like an entire force frozen in place beneath the ground. And even after all these years, archaeologists still haven't excavated everything. Sometimes the creepiest things underground aren't monsters or legends. They're real pieces of history that were buried, forgotten, and left there for thousands of years.